Kunle Amzat Studio, Agidigbo 88.7 FM. Welcome to News Around the World.
Good evening. Welcome to the news around the world on the most listened to radio station, Agidigbo 88.7 FM, Ibadan. I am Olamide Badmus. First are the headlines. Markindale credit Oyo State 50 years of progress to God's mercy, residents' collective efforts. IBEDC debunks prepaid meters payment rumors. Driverless taxis set to launch in United Kingdom by September. South Africa expels Israel's top diplomat, prompting Theo Fotat retaliation. Falconet now to battle Senegal at MKO Sports Complex at Abeokuta. Now the details. The Oyo State Governor, Engineer Oluseyi Abiodun Makinde, has attributed the development and progress enjoyed in the state for 5 decades since the creation of the state to the mercy of Allah and collective efforts of the residents of the state. The governor stated this through the Deputy Governor, Barrister Abdulrahim Bayolawal, today at the special Juma service for the celebration of Oyo at 50 held at the Central Mosque Ojaba Ibadan, while adding that the significant milestones offers an opportunity for Thanksgiving, renewed commitment for good governance, and supplication for more progress and growth in Oyo State. In a bid to reaffirm its commitment to eliminate neglected tropical diseases (NTD) in Oyo State, the government has distributed 8 motorcycles to local neglected tropical diseases coordinators that recorded low coverage during the 2024 mass administration of medicines. The Oyo State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Oluwaserimi Ajetumobi, made the presentation during a press conference on the commemoration of the World NTD Day. Agidigbo FM News correspondent Oluwapemi Bamidele was at the event. Here is the report.
Globally, neglected tropical diseases continue to pose a significant burden, affecting over 1.7 billion people, primarily in underdeveloped and developing regions. These diseases, which include river blindness, elephantiasis, and snail fever, disproportionately impacts the poorest and most marginalized community, perpetuating cycles of poverty and limiting opportunities for growth and development. Representing the Oyo State Governor, Engineer Oluseyi Abiodun Makinde, the State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Oluwaserimi Ajetumobi, while speaking, highlighted the urgency of taking immediate and collaborative action while emphasizing the critical need for sustained investment to achieve lasting changes.
That NTD elimination is not solely a health sector responsibility, but a whole of government and a whole of society endeavor.
While highlighting the commendable achievement of the ministry in eradicating NTD last year, Dr. Ajetumobi disclosed that the state successfully provided care for 77 persons affected across local government areas.
Oyo State remains committed to accelerating action by expanding treatment coverage, intensifying community engagement, strengthening surveillance systems, and deepening the integration of NTD interventions into primary healthcare and social development platforms.
While delivering awareness on NTD, the coordinator, Dr. Ebunluwa Adeoye, called for increase in awareness and advocacy as it is a global issue.
About NTDs, we need to increase awareness and advocacy. And that is why we want to start from the secondary school people. Let them know what is NTD so that they can take it up to their parents. Market awareness, community awareness.
In their goodwill messages, stakeholders appreciated the Oyo State government for the proactive steps it's taking in eradicating NTD and called for more stringent measures to completely eradicate NTDs in the state. Earlier in his welcome address, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Health, Dr. Akintunde Hainde, emphasized on the need for sustaining awareness and promoting community-led interventions. The highlights of the event include the presentation of prizes to outstanding students of St. Louis and Bishop Phillips Academy in the quiz competition, distribution of motorcycles to selected local governments, and a rally to Bodija Market to sensitize the public. Oluwapemi Bamidele, Agidigbo FM News.
The Regional Communications Manager of IBDC, Oyo State Sector, Mr. Frank Aino William, has debunked the rumors circulating that customers are required to pay for prepaid meters following the statement by the Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, that prepaid meters are free. During a visit to the IBDC office in Ibadan today, the management clarified that no customer is expected to pay for a prepaid meter or its installation, while warning that any IBEDC staff found collecting money for prepaid meters will be sanctioned. Speaking with Agidigbo FM News, Mr. Frank advised customers not to bypass their prepaid meters, noting that IBEDC officials are actively monitoring and inspecting meters across the state.
There's no application fee, there's no what they call processing fee or registration fee. It is free. There are no fees. All customers, irrespective of their banks, will obtain their meter to get their meter for free. Well, that I'm saying that whoever is demanding that money, let us know. In ICDs presently, all customers on band A, whoever does not have meter, shall be metered for free. Whoever wants to do that, let us know. So let me give out a mail. ethicscompliance@ibdc.com. Send your complaints there. Don't also bypass our meter because we have a right to go and check our meter. If we suspect foul play, we will look into it to see if a distortion or recalibration has not taken place to distort the reading. Because these are huge leakages in our revenue, along our revenue apparatus. All of this will be blocked and there are sanctions to be taken. Don't allow anybody to take advantage of it.
The spokesperson further stated that customers can visit the official IBEDC website to reach the Oyo State office and lodge complaints when necessary, while advising customers to always contact the company directly whenever they have complaints or issues with their power supply. The Chief Imam of Agidigbo FM Central Mosque, Alhaji Zakari Yao Yunus Baba, has emphasized the importance of sharing knowledge through good advice, charity, and having a good heart. Delivering the Juma sermon today at Agidigbo FM Central Mosque, Imam Yunus stressed how giving good advice results in good testimony from those who learn from the knowledge shared.
And the gift is of a different various way. One, in terms of money, in terms of knowledge, and also in terms of advice. So, whenever we engage in, we should have to be rewarded for giving us those gifts. So, if you are assisting people, based on money, so be rewarded for that. Even when you are, if you are a knowledgeable person and you use your knowledge to render your knowledge to people to give them what they need. That's what I will reward you for that as well.
Al-Aji Yunus also advises both Muslims and non-Muslims to be good Samaritans so as to attain good results from the people around the nation. A popular Islamic cleric, Al-Aji Abdul Salam Abdul Karim, who died in the early hours of today, has been buried according to Islamic rite at his residence in Akilakba, Nihot, Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. Earlier today, A complete recitation of a Quran was performed as prayer for the deceased after prayer within his residence. In separate interviews with Agidigbo FM News, relatives, close associates, and lovers described the late cleric as beacon of hope for many families. One of the deceased son, who is also the Oluomo of Akinyele and chairman of Kunle Karim Foundation, while describing him as a selfless leader and a pillar of support for the community, expressed his gratitude to everyone who came to honor his father. As prayer continues to trip in for the family of late Alhaji Abdul Salam Abdul Karim, Agdigbo FM crew present at the deceased resident, Father pray that Allah grant him Al Jannah Firdaus and comfort his family during this time of grief. Now it is time to link up with our United Kingdom studio for the foreign news.
Agidigbo FM, United Kingdom. I am Olushola Damilola. British citizens will now be able to travel to China without need to get a visa for up to 30 days. Sake Starmer discussed the issue with his counterpart, Xi Jinping, earlier today as part of his 5-day visit to Asia. The changes will apply to those visiting for tourism and businesses. The two countries also signed a new partnership which will improve market access to China and grow private-public partnership in the healthcare, education, and skill sector, as well as in professional, financial, and legal services. UK Prime Minister is in China to boost trade as part of his search for economic growth. This new development will bring United Kingdom into line with almost 50 other countries, such as France, Spain, Italy, and Germany. Although President Donald Trump warned the UK Prime Minister against getting into business with China, calling it a dangerous move. Waymo, the US driverless car firm, said it hoped to be operating a robotaxi service in London as soon as September this year. UK government has confirmed its plans to change regulation in the second half of 2026 to enable driverless taxis to operate in the city, but has not given a specific date. Waymo said a pilot service will be launched in April, while the local transport minister, Lillian Greenwood, gave the support to the firm and other operators through passenger pilot and pro-innovation regulation to make self-driving cars a reality on British road. And that ends the news. From Huliamza Studio at Gidigbo FM, United Kingdom. I am Olushola Damilola.
Welcome back. We shall also be moving to our Maryland studio, United States, for more foreign news.
News from Kule Amzat Studio at Gidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Soya. Iran will not engage in direct negotiations with the United States unless President Donald Trump stops threatening it, according to its Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi. Speaking to reporters during a visit to Istanbul, Mr. Araghchi said talks to calm tensions between Iran and the United States are to be based on a fair and equitable approach and could not begin with threats. President Donald Trump threatened military action against Iran aimed at forcing it to agree to American demands that include a halt to its nuclear program, limits on its ballistic missiles, and the end of its support to allied militias in the Arab world. Iran has vowed to retaliate against any American assault. Experts suggest that it could target U.S. military bases or American partners like Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and Israel. South Africa declared the top diplomat at Israel's embassy persona non grata on Friday and ordered him out within 72 hours, a move that could worsen strained relations with the United States. Israel promptly retaliated by declaring South Africa's senior diplomat representative, Minister Sean Edward Benefeld, persona non grata and giving him the same deadline to leave. Relations between the countries have been strained since South Africa brought a genocide case over Israel's actions in Gaza at the International Court of Justice. Israel has rejected the case as baseless. South Africa's foreign ministry said it had ordered Israeli chargé d'affaires Ariel Sedman to leave because of unacceptable violations of diplomatic norms and practice, including insulting President Cyril Ramaphosa on social media. And that ends the news from Kule Amzat Studio, Agidigbo FM, United States. I am Oluwatosin Soya.
Welcome back once again. Now in the exciting world of sports, the Confederation of African Football (CAF) has approved a request by the Nigeria Football Federation for a change of venue of the 2026 FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup third round, first leg qualifying match between Nigeria and Senegal, scheduled for Saturday, 7th February 2026. The NFF's Director of Competitions, Mrs. Ruth David, confirmed that the match will now be played at the MKO Abiola Sports Complex in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. According to Mrs. David, the NFF requested a change of venue as a result of the deteriorating state of the playing pitch of the Lake Salami Stadium, Ibadan, that had earlier been approved for the match, and which actually hosted the Falconet second leg clash with the Rwanda Under-20 girls in September last year. In view of this development, the two-time FIFA World Silver medalist who had been training in Ibadan ahead of the match are expected to relocate to Abeokuta in a few days in order to familiarize themselves with the turf of the MKO Abiola Sports Complex. The winner between Nigeria and Senegal in this third round will reach the last round of the series, where they will take on the winner of a fixture between Guinea-Bissau and Malawi for a place at the final tournament scheduled for 5-27 September 2026 in Poland. To wrap up the news this evening, here is a recap of the headlines. Marking credit to your state's 50 years of progress to God's mercy, residents' collective efforts. IBED said the bank's prepaid meters payment rumors. Driverless taxis set to launch in United Kingdom by September. South Africa expels Israel's top diplomats, prompting tit-for-tat retaliation. Falconet now to battle Senegal at MKO Abiola Sports Complex, Abeokuta. And before we go this evening, here is a quick tip. The best preparation for tomorrow is doing your best today. Finally, we have come to the end of the news around the world on the most listened to radio station, Agidigbo, 88.7 FM, Ibadan. I am Olamide Badmus. Thank you for listening. Good evening.
News is information, and information is power. At Agidigbo 88.7 FM, we bring the news from top to bottom.
The Oyo State government has said the over 1.5 million out of school children.
We give you reports from Oyo State.
The Oyo State House of Assembly has called for thorough investigation.
The Southwest in Nigeria and the rest of the world.
Has clarified that the body did not receive any cash support from international development.
Trust us to keep you informed every hour, every day.
Agidigbo 88.7 FM, the people's voice.